Da did it da 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 did da did.
I am everywhere.
Jerking off on chat roulette.
Peace.
The ham radio operators are always there for you.
I'll be in ham radio until I die.
Clubhouse, X spaces, chat roulette. These strange digital spaces indicate a brush with the unfamiliar. But what if this were nothing new? Let me tell you the story of ham radio. Instead of omegled chat rooms and Discord Nitro, beeps, waves, and antennae were our portals into the unknown. Enter radio, a technology that could transmit and receive electromagnetic waves through the air. At the turn of the 20th century, for the first time in human history, we were able to communicate vast distances without physical wires. Radio gained new users fast, despite its clunky UI. By the 1920s, the golden age of radio dawned on America, and it remained a critical channel of communication ever since. Well, until the internet. It made radio very archaic, very fast. But one group has held on to radio as a social space. No screen names, no doxing, just signal. There are about 800,000 licensed operators in the United States, known to each other as hams. These amateur enthusiasts transmit signals from their houses or cars to communicate with friends around the world. Think about the similarities. You don't know the identity of the voice on the other end. You use cryptic and coded messages as shorthand. And for something that's a social activity, well, you don't get a lot of sunlight doing it. In this episode, Cables investigates. Is ham radio just Discord for old men?
And film in the swap meet?
No, it's part of the North Government campus.
Ah, okay. Even just here in the parking lot with the back to the road, if we don't get any of the building? We're here in Redondo Beach in an unnamed weapon manufacturer's parking lot to try to understand, is ham radio Discord for old men? Let's go, chat. How long have you been a ham, sir?
I started out in 1956.
Who's the best, maybe friend you've made from the radio? I don't know if you've...
I think this guy right here.
Really?
I was driving down the street and I saw this tower up.
You had a huge radio tower in your house?
And I got one in my house, so it took me a year before my wife would let me put up my tower.
Did you have a sense of tower envy? Did you see the size of his tower and think,
no,
oh man,
no,
that guy,
not envy.
He's a real ham.
Yeah.
This is a bigger tower than my tower.
Hey, size doesn't matter, man. It's about what you do with it.
We all talk a different language than normal people. I think people in clubs definitely talk a different language depending upon the club.
So if I say Bob, it's da did it da 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 did it
Da did it da 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 did it da did.
Did it did it. Did da da.
We're here in the parking lot at Northrop Grumman, and we've been told we can't shoot the building for security purposes, that we can only shoot towards the road. Happens to be that by the road there's this massive platform with a suspicious sheath. All good, all good. Happy radioing.
There are two real basic types of radios. One's are line of sight radios, and of course I know all the hams in the area, the Los Angeles area. Mm-hmm. And the others are long distance.
Do you know what's under this tarp? What's the furthest you've spoken to someone from?
Probably Australia, no, Antarctica.
I get on the radio and I've talked to South Africa, I've talked to Europe, made a lot of friends that way.
King Hussein of Jordan was a very famous ham, and he talked around the world, and he'd talk to anybody. He was very famous and very friendly.
Sort of ironic, you know, in Islam, you know, pork is not permitted, but ham radio seems just fine, yeah?
Yeah, you got a good sense of humor for a man your age. I'm impressed.
Radio broadcaster, amateur?
No. I'm not radio broadcaster. I'm just reseller. You know, I have some items, you know, from old, made in, you know, many years ago.
You guys YouTubers? Or
Hey, what's up, man? Kobe.
This is like electronics. You get a discount if you have a ham radio license.
What does the typical ham look like?
Probably that guy over there in the blue T-shirt.
Sure,
all those
sure.
guys.
Sure. What do you talk about on ham radio?
Well, besides technical things, we just talk about how's the weather, how's your family, and what are your other interests and things like that. You don't talk about politics or religion or especially cussing. It's just frowned upon.
Kind of eliminate the politics a bit. But hey, you can't. I mean, even like for God, you can't just eliminate God. God created everything. He's given us ability to put these transistors or these things, these cars together because there's mechanical laws and everything. Hey, we got gravity.
Cables. I've never seen ones like this before. Where are they from? When are they from? They're beautiful.
The first thing to fail in anything emergency is the cell phone. We're all dependent on them. We all carry them. They're wonderful, but they're the first thing to break. As soon as that happens, the ham radio operators are always there for you.
But do you think we're ready? You know, are the hams ready to step up in the case of a grid down?
Well, that's a good question. I have generators, I have solar panels, I have batteries. I have equipment that can run off of 12 volts, completely independent off the grid, and make a contact.
Computer. That's all these kids say these days. When all I want to hear them say, radio, 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 radio. Or more specifically, as you would hear it on the radio, and then that would be decoded, I think.
It's interesting because the voice doesn't always, hard to associate a voice with a face because it doesn't match sometimes.
Are you a girl? Of course I am. What the hell?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Oh, what the?
Are you familiar with the term catfishing? That's, you know, and maybe in a dating app context when someone doesn't look like their profile. But what would you call it when someone doesn't look like their voice?
Surprised is what I'd call it.
Cables that have boxes attached to them. And red cables. These are wheels that are not cables. Don't touch those.
Do you have a partner or a wife or a spouse?
I have a wife.
Is she a ham or does she put up with it?
She puts up with it.
You have a tower on the house?
No, we do not have a tower on the house.
Has that been a fight, an argument you're trying to make?
She's not a fan of big antennas, so
It's not about size, man. It's about what you transmit.
She has a rule in the house, and that is one radio in and one radio out. So.
Hey, what you guys do in the privacy of your home, that's on you, man. Do you guys broadcast together, or is that separate spheres?
I did it on her own because I did not push her. She did it all on her own.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Where's your setup?
I have a small room set up behind the laundry room attached to the garage.
What do you call that space? You know, do you have a name for it?
It's where I go when she's mad at me, yeah.
The doghouse. Sure.
We do. I have a hobby that's a little unusual, though.
Tell us, please.
We work with the Compton College kids, and we launch high-altitude balloons with ham radio on them.
These STEM club students were so excited to launch their weather balloon.
The furthest we've ever gone with one of those is 8 3/4 orbits of the Earth. We're doing one, I believe, next weekend.
No way. Yeah. Okay, we'll definitely exchange contact info.
We do it from our driveway, so it's not
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. It's a pleasure. Can I get your email? Here we are at Northrop Grumman's shower facility, SLF1. Cables is yet to have the first sponsor of our channel, which means you can get in on the ground floor. Everyone, Palantir, SpaceX. speed, power, excellence. Missiles, missiles. Do you want to be as strong as a nuclear warhead? Call Northrop Grumman, an American company. Bullets, also missiles.
With Northrop Grumman? Shut up. Stop it. Don't think too hard.
Sounds vaguely German, vaguely menacing, but have they ever done anything wrong? I can't believe they just let us be here.
They just let us be here.
Why do you have to have showers on this facility? Are people have to leave? Northrop Grumman, the sponsors, I don't care if we get canceled. I don't care if we get canceled. Who's in that dome?
If this isn't official, at least just don't kill us.
Welcome back. As you might notice, I have less hair on my head and face, but don't be weird about it. Let's get back to the video. We went to Northrop Grumman, where there was a parking lot full of ham radio operators. We spoke to them about their hobby, but if we wanted to find out if ham radio was some kind of pre-internet Discord, we had to get online. I found a range of voices, but almost no actual conversation.
We can play Russian roulette.
Some people had logged on just to troll.
I'll put 6 bullets. I'll go first.
Just kill yourself already.
For a while, it seemed like this was going nowhere, until I met users Alphatism and Jelly Pies.
I drive all throughout the night, so every once in a while I get tired, and human interaction keeps me awake the best. I don't do any drugs. I used to, but not anymore. I used to do meth. Meth keeps you awake for like 3 days straight.
Do you find that it's more about, like, as you said, kind of staying awake and the mental stimulation? Or have you made any like lasting friendships here? Finding human connection on Discord was proving difficult because of the trolls. So I tried something different and went to Chat Roulette, where you have to be one-on-one.
I love your cables in the background.
Thank you so much. I'm Kobe. Good to meet you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Yeah.
Where are you in?
One of the first conversations I had on Chat Roulette was with a guy named Dave. What brings you to Chat Roulette tonight?
Well, I like talking to people.
Unexpectedly, he had also had experience with ham radio.
I'm amazed by it, and I have compared it to ham radio with a face behind it.
In the ham radio world, they call it rag chewing, where basically you just hop on a frequency, sarcastically say, you know, how's the weather up there? You know, I'm having my knee replacement operation next week.
This is David Goren, an award-winning Brooklyn-based radio producer whose work has been featured in the BBC World Service, NPR, and in The New Yorker.
I think before the internet, you know, everyone now compares shortwave or long-distance radio to the internet. It really was the way to sort of get beyond your sphere and find out what's going on.
I just had the experience of some guy jerking off.
Did you see his penis?
I saw his penis.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's...
It's different than online. You know, it's very easy to set up a fake account. You can do that within seconds, probably.
This is T. Krulos, an American journalist who reports on Milwaukee's ham radio scene.
And there's no accountability, and I think that's why people have such bad behavior on the internet. Whereas ham, you know, you have to invest time and money into it.
You know, it's a numbers game. You're not going to be friends with everybody, obviously. And I've had people go off on political rants. Not when I'm on here for.
Culture is the way of understanding how we interact with other people. And in the moment we're at, we're separated from everyone by the technology that purports to bring us together.
This is Jake Warga, a radio journalist who has contributed to NPR's This American Life.
And it's the culture that we're missing. Not just the technology, but the culture that the technology allows us to access and to inspire us to create.
Does Chat Roulette make you feel less alone?
Does it make me feel
less alone?
Yes, absolutely.
If you close your eyes, that's the moment you start to hear someone. Not when you're looking at them, but when you're listening to them.
So, is ham radio Discord for old men? We spoke with a number of ham radio operators who have kept their minds sharp and formed meaningful friendships. We've waded through the wild west of Discord and actually found the same. New rules, new medium, new language, same human reflex. Beneath it all, a voice. We actually followed up with Tom from the swap meet. Remember that guy who said he launches balloons?
And we launch high altitude balloons with ham radio on them.
We'll definitely exchange contact info. Here we are in Lomita, California. We're about 35 minutes from Los Angeles.
We're going to launch what's called a pico balloon. And a pico balloon is a small balloon. It's 30 inches in diameter. And we're going to fill it up with helium, and we have a ham radio transmitter under it. And we're going to launch it up to about 40,000 feet. And it's going to get into the jet stream, fingers crossed, and it's going to go around the world.
We're up over 100 now, between high altitudes and pico.
Yeah. The cat is in New York, the tail is in Los Angeles. You tug on the tail of the cat, it meows in New York. Except there's no cat and there's no tail. Okay. Welcome to Balloonatics. We're going to sit down, inflate the balloon, attach it to this. There's an antenna above and below it. Launch it in the air, and then the fun part starts.
Do you guys have a name you like to go by?
Balloonatics.
Balloonatics.
I am a 4th through 6th grade science and technology teacher at the John Thomas Dye School in Los Angeles, California. Tom and Bruce and the whole ballooning team, they've helped me launch probably 20 balloons with my students. They do a number of balloons with other schools or just by themselves. Once you do it once, you get hooked.
When Tom and I were kids, we were launching balloons and rockets and doing things that would terrify the neighbors. And then along came college, more kids, more kids. And 40 years later, I'm walking around the hospital that I work in. There was a sign, are you interested in ham radio? We have free classes. And I thought, they found me.
You ready, my friend?
We're ready.
I had a career, I had a wife, I had a house, I had children, I had more education. But then when everything settled down and whatnot, I decided in 1970 to get back into ham radio. And I've been doing it ever since.
How do you eat an elephant?
What was the reading? I don't care about the elephant.
Are you going to hear about the elephant? For it's 13. Probably less expensive than yachting and golfing, and decidedly a lot more quirky. Let's live dangerously. I think that's too much danger.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, alrighty.
Do you feel like ham radio and public airwaves more broadly are one of the last few spaces in maybe American discourse that have remained civil?
Yes, and I hope it stays that way for a very long time.
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, the two halves of man. Got left brain, right brain.
There we go.
Here.
So most people, might hear this as just like a high ringing, but you hear Tchaikovsky, you hear,
Well, there's data in there. There's data. All right.
Okay.
Now all I have to do is get the balloon.
As you possibly have guessed, we've got this down to kind of an art here.
The interesting part is that it's not only the United States, it's all over the world. There are ham radio operators that are using this whisper system to check out their antennas and so on and so forth. What do you want to do? Do you want to let it up slowly and I'll turn it loose?
Sure.
Or do you
Are we ready to roll?
We're ready to roll.
3, 2, 1. That looks pretty directly.
That's me, that's Brian, and that's the professor and the Compton College students.
It is starting to shift a little bit younger. But it is more male dominated. They want to work with children. They want to share their hobby with everybody else. They just don't know how.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I hope that with Eris, with amateur radio, that we're stretching their horizons. We're just showing them all of these things that can happen.
We have liftoff.
We do, and it's cleared everything.
We may not be launching balloons when we're 100, provided we get that far. But there are so many different facets to ham radio. I mean, I can sit and do digital, I can talk to people, I can do things without leaving the house or anything like that. I'll be in ham radio until I die, one way or another. If my brain will work, I'll be in ham radio.
That's about as beautiful a flight takeoff as you're ever going to get. The basic thing when you get on and you're trying to reach someone is you put in Morse code or in voice, the letters CQ. What does that mean? I seek you, is what it means. So yeah, it's there. It's in our genes. We're hardwired for it.
So there's a ham radio signal that's 73s, and 73s means goodbye and good luck. So da da did it da da, 73s.